Assalamualaikum, my name is Nur Adriana Naili binti Muhammad Zuki. My student ID 2023197569. Today, I am going to present the role of leadership in preventing burnout during change initiative. Employee burnout is defined as a psychological response to job stress characterized by mental strain, physical exhaustion, and a lack of energy or time for personal activities. It is often associated with high job demands and insufficient control over work tasks. According to a recent survey conducted by Employment Hero, 2/3 of Malaysian employees are currently experiencing burnout. That is 67% of our workforce grappling with physical, emotional, and mental exhaustion. This marks a sharp increase from just 2 years ago. In 2022, burnout levels stood at 58%. The 2024 Wellness at Work report highlights a significant rise, one that cannot be ignored. It sends a clear message: the well-being of our employees is under pressure, and we need to act now. The impact is especially pronounced among younger generation. Millennials are bearing the brunt, with 69% reporting symptoms of burnout, closely followed by Gen Z at 64%. The first characteristic of employee burnout is emotional exhaustion. It happens when employee is feeling constantly tired and overwhelmed. For instance, an employee feels drained every morning and dreads going to work, even after a full night's sleep. The second characteristic is increased absenteeism. It means an employee is missing more work days than usual, often due to stress, exhaustion, or disengagement. A normally reliable employee starts calling in sick frequently or taking unplanned leave. They might say they are ill, but in reality, they feel too overwhelmed or mentally drained to come to work. The third characteristic is decreased motivation and productivity. This means the employee loses interest in their work and puts in less effort, often leading to lower output and missed goals. For example, a marketing specialist who used to take initiative and meet tight deadlines now procrastinates, avoids new projects, and barely meets minimum expectation, that resulting in fewer campaigns and reduced quality of work. Next, the causes of employee burnout. Firstly, excessive workload. When employees are consistently given more tasks than they can manage, it leads to mental overload, stress, and eventually physical and emotional exhaustion. For example, a worker regularly expected to handle the workload of 2 people without additional support. Next, poor leadership. Leaders who are indecisive, unsupportive, or unclear can create confusion and anxiety, which destabilize the team environment. A manager who gives conflicting instructions and never provides feedback or support. And the last one is toxic workplace culture, a culture that tolerates bullying, favoritism, gossips, or excessive pressure fosters chronic stress and anxiety. A team where micromanagement, blame games, or public shaming are common. Next, impact of employee burnout. The first one is high turnover rates. When employees are constantly exhausted and unsupported, they are more likely to leave. This creates frequent vacancies and increases costs for hiring and training new staff. For example, a retail chain in Kuala Lumpur implemented new policies without proper communication. Within 3 months, over 20 staff resigned, and the HR team struggled to keep up with equipment demands. The second impact is damage to reputation. If employees publicly express dissatisfaction or if customers notice poor service, the organization image can suffer. A damaged reputation can make it harder to attract new talents or clients. A Malaysian hospital faced criticism online when overworkedness posts about unsafe working conditions, patient reviews dropped, and public trust in the hospital declined. The third impact is resistance to future change. Employees who experience unmanaged burnout during past changes may become fearful or uncooperative in future initiatives. This creates resistance and slows progress. For example, after a stressful downsizing in a Selangor-based tech firm, staff were reluctant to accept new digital tools during the next phase of transformation, fearing another round of cuts and pressure. Next, strategies to preventing employee burnout. The first one is conduct burnout assessments. Leaders can support their teams by using burnout assessment to understand how employees are really feeling. These tools uncover the root causes of stress and burnout, like heavy workloads or lack of clarity, that enabling leaders to make meaningful changes. More than just gathering data, it is a way to show genuine care and build a healthier, more supportive work environment. Next, provide resources and support. Leaders can reduce burnout by offering practical support such as training, mentoring, and helpful tools while promoting a healthy balance through breaks, time off, and access to mental health resources. When leaders act with empathy and follow through, they create a culture where people feel valued and supported to thrive. The last one is foster work-life balance. Promoting work-life balance helps prevent burnout and supports mental well-being. Leaders can model this by encouraging breaks, setting boundaries, and respecting personal time by fostering a healthier, more sustainable work culture. In conclusion, leadership is not only about guiding change, but about supporting people throughout the journey. In Malaysia's rapidly evolving work cultures, leaders who embrace transparency, empathy, and collaboration play a vital role in protecting employee well-being and enabling sustainable transformations. That's all from me. Thank you for watching.